Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, March 31st, and today is the Monday recap, where we basically cover where we stand heading into the week for Misty, Tesley, Misty, NVDY, Platey, Smcy, whatever. So many funds I can't even think. Amzy, all the above. Anyway, so let's just get to it. And by the way, I'm going to do an options update at the end. I haven't talked about my options trades in a while. 2 Saturdays I missed, but I have Monday recaps are usually quick. I'm just going to combine it in this video. Whether people want it or not, it's just going to be in one video. All right? Anyway, let's move on. All right, so let's talk about Misty. By the way, the market is a freaking disaster this morning, in case you haven't looked. And Misty, they have a synthetic 330 that expires April 17th. Again, today's March 31st. So, yeah. We have less than a month, and they're 12.3% behind. Judging by today, it's only going to get worse unless the T word goes away. Obviously, some big news or big tariffs coming in place. I think it's April 2nd. So if that follows through, the market will probably just go down up until then. And then after that, who the hell knows? But for now, we just need to know that right now we're in a losing position on this synthetic. And then same thing here, but the only difference is this one has 47 days as compared to 18 on the other. So we don't really have to worry about this one too much because a lot can happen in 47 days. 18 days, different story, but we'll see. We'll see how that all plays out. So as far as MSTR, MSTY, whatever, right? We know Friday, right? Big drop. We talked about that. Where is it? Yeah, it went down 10%. So we may get another 10 today and another 10 Tuesday. We don't know. But yeah, we're in for a bumpy one. So, obviously we want to see where our calls are. Let's just go to the holdings tab. I have that information right here. And all right, so again, there's a buy call. It's just hanging out. It expired on Friday, 3/28. What is it doing? It's just chilling. It'll go away, so I'm not worried about that. Let's look at the others. A lot of calls, a lot of sold calls, various strike prices, and one buy call strike price. This is an interesting play. Unusual, we don't see it like this, but what you need to know is they are scattered. What does that mean? They are 10% out of the money, 14%, 14, 15, 16, 20, 21, 22. So anywhere from 10 to 22% out of the money this week. 320 to 355 strike price. All right. So they are set up to handle a pretty, decent recovery, a double-digit recovery, and still win trades, which is awesome. But, the market probably going down. So obviously, we'd still win the trades. Like obviously, the cost of these to close out these calls will be less and less and less. Obviously, in the end, eventually maybe a penny even. They wait till the last day. So that would be a win. However, as you know, the synthetic in the meantime will just continue to get hurt because the synthetic, it mimics the movement of the underlying stock, being MSTR, of course. All right, so the recap here, let's take a look. The 30-day IV of MSTR is 84%. It's probably going to go up because, of the market volatility, which is good. However, the market's going down, so it's a little ouchy. Outstanding shares, they total 109,450,000. Total net income, it's in a negative, so they're not making money on their weeklies, unfortunately. So, yeah, but luckily they had a nice profit on the synthetic, but now it's going to kind of reverse. Now they're going to start winning their weeklies and losing on their synthetic if the market keeps tumbling. Reaction, yeah, just red, man. It's all freaking red. Red. We're just, we're in for a bumpy ass ride. We're just gonna hang in there. Hopefully, we have some, gunpowder, right, to buy the dip the dip that never ends, of course. So when do you buy the dip? When do you buy a dip that keeps dipping? That's the real question, right? So I don't know. I was thinking about, actually adding some money to the portfolio, not to buy necessarily, but to do more options, because I'm getting assigned and rolling is the game lately. Assignment, it's like, so, but we know at some point this is going to end, and the recovery, I just don't know like how quick the recovery is going to happen. But at this point it's hard to even think about a recovery, even though it's just down, 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 down. So for now, again, the reaction is red. So this week may be really, really red. Friday was brutal. Today may be also brutal. But I'm not, again, flip of a tweet, right? And then we could flip this crap green. But more importantly, Group D declares in 9 days. So not this week, but next week, they will declare their distribution. How much are they going to pay us? Well, they did have synthetic income, as I mentioned. So they have $260 million in synthetic income. If you remove those losses from the weeklies, they have 237 net income during this 4-week cycle. That would produce $217 per share based on the current number of outstanding shares. And by the way, if you want to know their win-loss rate during this time, 60 wins, 33 losses, okay? Look at the first cycle, 5 wins, 16. Like, look at the number, of the number of trades have grown significantly. It's pretty nuts, man. I think this shows everything, right? Look here, 21 total wins, losses, right? Total. That's like total transactions. Here, we're still in this cycle. We're at freaking 93. So it shows the volume of trades has pretty much gone just nuts. All right, 68% win rate. The Rotometer says, obviously they're not making money on the weekly, so we have to look at the IV. The IV is 85%. So if we simply base it on that, we're looking at $1.33 payment. So again, that would probably be on the low end in my opinion. So I say we look from $1.33 all the way up to $2. So we're not getting $2.17, but $2 even. Hey, never know. Probably not. But anyway, we covered the holdings and their trades. Let's look at the synthetic. The synthetic, man. Yeah, man, it's a gold digger. I guess it is. You take my money when I'm in need. Yeah, she's a trifling friend in need. Oh, she's a gold digger. I'll end it there. But no, for real, man. Why sing? Stop singing. Stop singing. I can't stop singing, man. There's just our puts are awful. They're just getting beat up. They're getting beat up because the market's going down. So when they get beat up and the market goes down, the puts turn into gold diggers because they're the ladies, and down here in orange are the dudes, and the dudes can't afford their ladies. So it is what it is, man. What can I say? They're dating out of their league. So the value of Misty Fund, yes, still over $2 billion. 2.2 bill. The NAV is 20, probably going under 20 today. We'll see. The trading price close on Friday, 2037. Synthetics negative, so we'll end it there. All right, wonderful, great, move on. All right, so let's go to the other funds. Now we have other funds, right? These other suckers. All right, so here's Tesley. Again, we covered this Saturday. This is just a recap. So if we look at the puts, how are they doing? I mean, it's not good either, man. Tesla's been tanking. They're not looking that bad right now, but it's hard to say. Like, even if they, and I think they are in a positive. If we go to synthetic income, yeah, they're actually up 21 mil. But looking at the pre-market, man, it's hard to even assume that's going to even remotely stay. So let's just look at the positions heading into the week. So here we go. This is for Tesley. Let me get the zoom so you guys can see. I know some of you said I did a live stream on the guesstimate, by the way, yesterday. I know the screen was small because I had the comments come up and I didn't have the multiple screen, but I'll have it. I may do a live stream next Sunday morning as well. See how it goes. And if it's something that people prefer, I'm also thinking about, and I know I'm quickly off topic a little bit, but I'm thinking about doing the guesstimates while I record live, right? So I'll basically just go live and I'll figure out the guesstimates live with, discussion via chat. So, we can have discussions and, eventually we could always open the Discord up for live discussions too. But again, at 6:30 a.m. on a Sunday, most people won't be up. It depends on what, where they're located. But I don't know. I'll have to see what the feedback is. But yeah, the screen, I will be able to make it a little bigger, so the visual will be better. Obviously, when I record on a phone, that's the best visual. And that's, you guys know that and you guys like that. That's why I'm able to make videos on a phone. That's the good part about recording on the phone. I know most people record their videos on a computer, and it is hard to see. I agree. When you record on a phone, man, it's just the whole screen, right? That's the screen. So, anyway, I'm rambling. So, how's Tesley doing? Well, let's just keep it simple. They have calls 6 to 18% out of the money. Are they in a good spot? Yes, they're in a freaking good spot. And again, it's Monday. Who knows, man? Who knows? The value of the TSLY fund, it's under a bill, 902 mil. The NAV is 834, trade price 832. We said the synthetic is worth money. It's actually worth 20 cents per share. 30-day IV of Tesla is 75.99%. IV estimate is 49 cents. That's based on the IV again. Income estimate, again, it's in the negative, so we can't really use that right now. That's based on the total trading, realized income from the last declaration date. And they're part of Group A. They declare in 16 days. So stay tuned for that. Up next is NVDY. Again, I'm not even going to look at the synthetics. Let's just go through the calls and not waste your time. They have 3 calls, 114, 115, 118. That's 3.95% to 7.6% out of the money. Is that good? I don't know, man. Again, this market is nuts. Judging by how red it is this morning, yeah, we're probably good. So the value of this fund is 1.2 bill. The NAV is 1548. The trade price is 1549. Now, synthetic bailout, that's in the negative. So yeah. I know, again, we're not really looking at the synthetic today. Well, on the others, just what's the point? We'll just look at the total income. 30-day IV, NVIDIA, 30-day IV is 46.88%. They have an IV estimate of 56 cents. Sorry. Yeah, edit that out. No. All right, Group B declares in 23 days. Great, wonderful. Let's move on. Amzy. Let's go to their calls. What's their positions look like? They have 2 strikes. They're basically 50-50 for the most part. A 197.50 and a 200. 2.48% and 3.78% out of the money. Is that safe for Amazon? I don't know, man. The value of Amzy is 250 mil. The NAV 1620, trade price 1623. Synthetic is in the negative. 30-day IV 34%. IV estimate is 44 cents. But they're part of Group D. They declare not this week but next week, 9 days away on April the 9th. Up next is Cony. So we'll go to Cony, sold calls. What position are they? How are they doing? Let's see. They have 4 strikes, 185, a 187, 50, a 190, and a 200. They are 6 to 14% out of the money at the moment. So obviously, is that normally a good spot? It depends. Like if the week turns bullish, yeah, that's going to be, they could be capped. But right now, it looks pretty good. They could be at the money. We'd say we'd probably look good. Because, again, if the market goes down and, when we sell calls at the money, yeah, we still win. As long as it goes under the strike price, then it will be much cheaper to close those positions. All right, the value of Cony is 904 million. The NAV is 771. Friday close price was 773. Overall, their synthetics are in the negative, so nothing to report there. 30-day IV is 69.83%. I expect that to go up too. IV estimate is 42 cents. They're part of Group C. They declare in 2 days on Wednesday. Smcy. Let's see how they're doing. Okay, they have two strike prices. They have 36.50 and a 38, about 50-50, contract-wise. 6.54 to 10.92% out of the money. So we'll see how that plays out. The value of this fund is 106 mil. NAV is 2071. Trade price 2077 as of the Friday. The overall synthetic value is negative 70 mil, so nothing good there to report. 30-day IV, 88%. We like that. We like the high IV because it could produce more premium. The IV estimate based on that is $1.42, and they're part of Group D, and they declare next week, 9 days away. Woohoo! Right? Woohoo! 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 Cheer up, guys. I know it's Monday and it's red and we got to go to work, but, it is what it is. All right, so what else we got here? This is Platey, PLTY, or Platey, or Platey, or Platey. They have two strike prices, 90 and 98. 4.83% out of the money and 14.15% out of the money. Pretty big gap there. But, we like we like it like that, right? Scatterdy-doo, between only two. The value of the fund is 173 mil. The NAV is 57.86, trade price 57.95. Synthetic bailout. Oh, yeah, we got positive money. Positive. Again, this is only on paper, but still 12.7 mil, which comes to $4.24 per share. Woohoo! And then 30-day IV, 68%. IV estimate 305. Group B declares on April 22nd, 22 days away. All right, we're going to go to pre-market. You guys ready? All right, let's see. Maybe it flipped green. Maybe some good news came out. Maybe we're good. Maybe. Let's see. Let's refresh this sucker. All right, we're using marketwatch.com. It's as of 5:32 a.m. Obviously, when you're watching this video, it's after that. All right, so we did not flip green, unfortunately. We are still red. So if we look at Tesla, they are down about 4% at 252.83. So obviously, yeah, there's more downward movement. Tesley is down 3.25%, 805. NVDY is down as well, 3.28%, 106.07. NVDY is down 2.97%, 15.03. Coin is down 3.16%, 168.43. Cony's down 2.85%, $7.51. MSTR is down 3.66%. They're at 278.82. MSTY is down. It's under $20 now. They are down 3.39%. They are $19.68. TSLY, they are down 8.02%. They are at $9.06. That's a big dip right there. TNA continues to go down as well, 3.37%, $28.70. Amzy is down, of course, 1.36%, 1601. Bitcoin, of course, is down. Oh man, it might go under 80. They're down 1.27%, 81,491. Bitex is down 5.34%, 34.59. Soxel is, oh my God, Soxel's at $15. Hoo-wee. Oh man, I was selling put. I remember the last year in December, one of my puts was $42. I'll never forget. Wow. Now it's at 15, man. Guys, although triple leverage funds on sectors, they seem like, okay, safer bet. No. You got to be careful, man. You really You gotta be careful when trading options, especially in a market like this during a presidential switch when they're messing around, doing tariff stuff. Like, oh man, this is rough. But like we said, it could recover just like that, and then are we ready? But right now it's just much more negative than positive lately. But Soxel is down 5.36%. They're at 15.17. SMCI is down 4.41%, 32.75. That's rough as well. SMCY is down 3.95%, 19.95. Keep in mind that is a $50 fund. Palantir is down 5%, 81.54. And then Platey is down 4.83%, 55.15. I mean, it's almost at their launch price. Remember, they were a $50 fund. All right, I'm not going to get into the end yet because, like I said, I want to cover where I stand on my options trades for the week. All right, so let's go to my options file and let's cover that. Again, sorry to combine it, but it's really the only way I could do it. So, real quick, if you guys are new to my options trading journey, what I do is, I have this big ass file, and I'll go through the tabs because we have, since we're combining the video, we have a little more time. Actually, what time is it? It's about 5:30. Okay, 5:36. All right, so, obviously buy call, sell put, sell call, whatever, right? Buy call, bearish, right? Sell put, bearish, and then sell call. I mean, buy call bullish, sell put bullish, sell call bearish, buy put bearish. Make sense? Great. Why do options? Flexibility, leverage, hedging, and income, right? Great. And then we have all these definitions down here. What is a buy call? What is a sell call? What is a buy put? What is a sell put? And then what is a market maker, right? So I'm not going to really get into all that, but I'm just showing you what these tabs are. And then I have kind of what the wheel is like as a visual. So basically you kind of it always starts with selling puts, right? And you sell a put on a stock, and it depends. If you get assigned, what happens? Oh, then you go here, sell calls, right? And then what happens? You sell calls, and if they get assigned, you sell puts again, right? Or if they don't get assigned, you sell another call, all right? Or at the top, if you sell puts and you don't get assigned, you go back to selling puts. And then you go back to selling puts. So it makes sense. That's why it's a wheel. Go round and round and round and round. But right now, in this type of market, when you sell puts and that individual underlying, that ETF, that stock goes down, like way down. If you don't roll that position, you will get assigned. And if you do get assigned, you'll be able to sell calls. But if the stock continues to go down and down and down, your cost basis may not be that pretty. So you'll have to make a decision whether you want to get assigned, or if you do want to get assigned, do you want to sell more puts to lower your cost basis? Again, it's a different type of market at the moment. It's very, very brutal out there. Overall downward movement. If you look at the 1-year spark line of the three indexes here, we have TNA. These are triple leverage indexes. We don't just look at the index. We look at leverage. We look at triple leverage because we are degenerates at heart. We don't trade the index. We trade the triple leverage index, and that's just how it is. So TNA, that's the 3X Russell. So you can kind of see like they're at 2970. Their spark line here. Oh man, that's like, look at that, down. And we look at UPRO, that's the S&P. Their spark line a little better, but lately they've been down. And then if we go to TQQQ, basically the NASDAQ, right, the Qs, they went up, nice recovery, then down. And if we look at their IV, we could actually first let's look at the 52-week highs and lows if you guys are curious. So TNA, their 52-week low is actually 2841. They're at 2970. So yeah, they're pretty bottomed right there. But I'm sure they can go lower. And 52-week low for S&P is 58.74. They're at 72.64. So, they're holding tight. Again, this is UPRO. This is the 3x leverage of it. And then we have TQQQ. Their 52-week low is 48.80. They're currently at 57.34. So obviously they're all very far away from their 52-week highs, but you can kind of get the gist that it's rough for everything. It's rough for the index. So even if you trade the index, the triple leverage index, yeah, you're getting beat up too. So which one do I trade? Oh my God, look at this. TQQQ, they have a higher implied volatility right now than TNA. That's interesting. Okay. Because usually they battle it out as the best one to trade. The higher the IV, typically, yes, the better the premium payment, right? For your money. Even UPRO, man, almost 6. That's pretty good, man. Of course, yes, if I had the option, if all these were equal IV, I would trade UPRO all day, man. That's the S&P. The S&P, the 500, right? The best of the best, right? So, of course, yes. But, I'm okay with sticking with, if I have to trade tech or trade the small cap, fine. That's a crap load of diversification, too. It's a lot of overlap, of course, too. But anyway, so this is a new tab I actually added for the indexes because in the end, when all's said and done, when I'm retired, hanging out at the beach, right? Getting tan, going to the water, hanging out with whoever wants to hang out. Maybe I'm a old fart with a big beer belly. I don't know. But when all's said and done, these are what I'm trading. I'll be trading options at the beach, and I'll be trading options on 3X index like these, okay? That being said, let me go to my watch list because I do have other degenerate plays here. So who is on my watch list? Currently, I have TSLL, and I'm trading TSLL. Obviously, that's a 2X leveraged Tesla. There aren't any 3X leverage individual stocks that I know. I mean, that's probably a good thing because if I was trading a 3X Tesla right now, I'd be getting killed. But yeah, TSLL is one I do trade. Keep in mind, that's based on an individual company. That gives all types of its own risk. Because if you invest in an individual company, you need to rely on that company in general to perform. So that's a lot of pressure. And then you add 2X leverage on it. Oh, you better hope it works out. But look at this, man, 147% IV. That to me makes it worth it. Unfortunately, at the moment, the market is just getting hammered and Elon is getting hammered. So Tesla is just getting beat up. But yes, of course, I'm still trading TSLL. I am waiting for the recovery. That's not happening anytime soon, but I am still waiting because I am a bag holder now, which means I basically own a crap load of shares with a high cost basis that I can't do anything with. But I am actually doing something with. I'll show you. I've been selling calls. Also, they are 50% margin maintenance, so I could borrow on approximately half of the shares that I own, which is good, because yes, I do use margin. The margin has not kicked in yet though, because I have these 3 TNA positions I've been rolling, and I also have like a decent amount of cash left. But once they get a sign, I have no cash, right? Then it dips into the margin, but we'll get into that too. TNA is on the watch list, obviously, but they have a higher margin maintenance. 75% means you can only borrow like 25% of that. Misty, they're on here because I was trading options on them, but now it's to the point where they're probably going to get removed from the watch list and just be considered a buy and hold as part of the portfolio. Because I'm nowhere near selling calls on the positions that I own, and yeah, so I wouldn't. I don't know. Again, that's on the watch list because they are the only YieldMax fund that has a decent IV. Look at that, 63% IV. The charts aren't that fantastic, but it's still pretty good. Who else we got? We got Soxel, as you saw. Soxel's getting beat up, man. But that IV, 103%. That's amazing. This is basically another 3X fund, but it's on not an index, but a sector. So the semiconductor sector. NVDX, again, individual stock, being NVIDIA, You know, 96% IV, pretty sweet. 50% margin maintenance, it's good. But again, NVIDIA, you know, it's having a rough go at it, and it's very cheap though, very cheap. One contract, you know, 100 times $7.93, $700, right? $800, not bad. MSTU, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole at the moment. I got enough Misty for that exposure. And then we got, of course, TQQQ. We talked about those in UPro. Bitex, I'm probably not touching either, but yeah, anyway. I did not update this bottom part here, but I'm just going through the motions here. I did not update the balance either. But I did have a question from the last video. So this guy says, this guy, do have his name, YouTube name, LEEC37. Let me zoom in. I didn't actually read the question yet, I just copied it. He says, hey Rod, I got a question for you. Next wheel strategy options video, I noticed when I do roll downs, I get cash in my account, but I noticed my account balance never goes up. Possibly a coincidence. Maybe the market went down a little during that time. So my question is, even though the roll down gives you a credit, are there any underlying losses that you just don't see when you roll down? Or is the credit all profit and the roll down starts fresh? So, you know, and this question goes towards like YieldMax too, because this is how people have this question in regards to the YieldMax funds. But yeah, if you think about it, when you do an option, when you sell a put, sell a call, when you do a rolling order and you get a credit, yes, that credit goes into your cash bucket, into your account, right? So you'll get that as cash. Is it necessarily available? It's available for trading typically, but not available for withdrawal. But either way, it goes to the cash bucket. So does your account balance overall, you know, move up? And again, I can only speak to the brokerages that I've used in the past, but my answer is no, because as soon as that position opens, that option position will reflect now under your account. So if you get a credit of, say, $100 on an options trade, right? At that same time, that option is open, but it's showing the value is, you know, flipped. That $100 is flipped the other way, like a debit amount, right? Because that's how much it costs to close. So right now, that option, you know, it goes right, essentially we'll call it the balance sheet, right? It'll show right on your trades, on your positions, and that's how much the value is, right? It's offsetting that $100 credit that went to cash. The $100 debit is offset under your options trade. But again, as your option, you know, becomes, if you're winning the options trade, like if you sold a put and, you know, the stock went up, then guess what? Yeah, that's going to be cheaper to, that $100 will now be like $50 or $40, right? Cheaper to close out. Which means, yes, your balance will reflect that. You'll show the $60, you know, net. I don't know. Hopefully I answered that. Hopefully that made sense. Hopefully I got that right. Let me do this before I forget, because again, I forget everything once I, you know, finish a freaking video. But thank you for the question. And by the way, if anyone else has questions on options, please let me know. I will add it to this. And maybe I'll do, I don't know, maybe I'll do my options update after the Monday recap all the time. I'm sure people will get pissed I combined it, but I don't know. It kind of works out if you think about it. But yeah, thank you for the question. If anyone else has questions, post in the comments down below, question, and then, options question, and then tell me the question, and then I'll add it here, and then I'll answer it live on the next video. Well, I'm not live, but I'm speaking live. All right, so here are my open positions. Now, I'm going to go through these and explain the positions that I'm in. It's a rough time. I'm sure a lot of us are feeling it. So TNA, I have a put that's expiring on April 11th. That's not this week. That's the next week. This has a strike price of $34. So TNA, their current price, if I go down here, They are at $29.70. So this put has been getting rolled and rolled and rolled. So, oh, good. I have the current price here, so you can see $29.70. So what does that mean? It means if I let it go until 411, I'm probably going to get a sign, and I'll have to buy these shares at $34 a piece. And at this point, I don't want to do that because, like I said, I'm almost dipping into the margin, which means I'm going to have to start paying interest on that money. And I don't want that. Why? Because I don't know when we're going to get out of this ruckus of a market. So what I'm going to do, and what I've been doing, is rolling this over and over and over again. As you can see, I'm 14% in the money. The last roll, I got a net credit of $1.20. You see here, $120 in premium. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait. I'm not going to roll this position this week. I'm going to wait till the actual week, till we get into the expiration week, because I did notice when I did try to do a rolling order for something that expired the following week, the premium wasn't there. But as soon as I waited, like I looked at the other, like another contract that expired the current week, oh my God, it was so easy to get a credit. So again, I'm just speaking based on experience from what I saw. So again, this 411, I'm going to let go into the week, at least the Monday, right? So I'll let it go into the Monday of that week. Not much further, right? The Wednesday would be the latest because I do not want to get early assignment. Because again, if I get early assignment, then that's more of my cash going towards, or going away because I don't have cash coming in outside of distributions and options premium. Here's another TNA. This one's even worse, man. This is a $38 strike price. This one is 27% in the money. Again, 38 versus 29. That's a big gap, man. Big gap. As you can see, when I rolled this, I only got $36 because it's harder to get a big credit when you're this much underwater. So hopefully, again, I'm going to let this go until next week. Hopefully, when I look at the charts on Monday, hopefully I can still get a decent credit to roll this. And again, the plan is I'm just going to roll this until the market recovers. What else can I do, man? I mean, I don't want 100 shares at $38. Get the hell out of here. It's just an unfortunate position that I'm in. But technically, I treat it as I'm using the margin. I'm using it, selling puts, interest free. That's how I look at this, right? And of course, yeah, I could add more, but I also have to keep in mind, if this market just keeps going down, the available margin will go down, So it's rough. So I'm trying to, I'm definitely not adding to TNA because TNA is much more expensive than these other two that I'm trading, which I'll show you. But for now, with TNA, all I'm doing is I'm rolling my puts, and I am selling calls on, I think I have 100 or 200 shares, which I'll show you in a second. Okay. What else? All right. TSLL. This is a call. I did sell a call last week. This is when TNA was at $9.85. I sold a call at $12 strike price, which basically says, yes, I'm willing to sell my shares at $12 on April 4th, and you'll pay me $15. That yielded me, on an annualized basis, 48%, which is much less than what I'm used to. However, I have a lot of shares of TSLL, and I have to take the risk of selling calls way under my cost basis because I need to make premium on those shares that are just sitting there. So as of right now, looking at the market, this is probably safe. But if TSLL does blow through the 12, there are a couple options that I can consider. One of which is, roll it out and up as far out as I need to and up to get a credit still, or break even, right? Another option is just let it get assigned, take the hit, move on, or just keep rolling it at the 12 until TSLL goes back down, if it does go back down again. So those are my options. Here's an NVDX call. I sold a call on them. At the time, they were $9.88. I sold a call at $11. So they were, 11% out of the money now? Now it's 38% of the money. But either way, I got $17. That's an annualized yield of 57%. So we'll see how that plays out. Here's a TNA. I sold a call in TNA. Last week, it was around 32, 36. I sold a call at 36 with an expiration date of this Friday. Right now, it's 21% out of the money, so it looks to be pretty safe. Again, I collected about $28 in premium, which was an annualized yield of 39%. So again, this is the risk, right? I sold a call around 36. My cost basis is above that, so I do not want to get assigned. But keep in mind, I went way out of the money. You can see 11% out of the money. So I'm looking at under 20 delta when we talk delta. I know I don't normally speak the Greek, but I am using delta now because I am in trouble with these trades, right? So I got to play it safe, but I'm still collecting premium. I'm still making premium the best that I can. All right, another TSLL. So this one I sold another call. TSLL was at 11.61. I sold a call $16. At the time, it was 37% out of the money. Could you imagine? 37% out of the money, and I still got $13. Why the hell not would I do that, right? Easy money. I probably should have done more shares. And that yielded 51%. Right now, it's 62% out of the money. So safe to say, like if I look today and the market opens like this position, it's probably going to be so cheap to close this out early. But, will I close it out early? Probably. I don't know. I got to think about it. If it's 2 cents, probably I might as well, right? Just close it out early, free up my shares and go from there. And then look at this one. I did a $10 one. This one was in danger last week of assignment because TSLL, I don't know if you guys saw, it did go up last week. It went up above my $10 strike. I'm like, crap. So what I did is like, you know what? I don't believe it. I don't believe that TSLL is going to stay above 10. So what I did, I just rolled it. I rolled it at 10. I said, let's see how next week plays out. And guess what? Right now, TSLL is under $10. Again, not by much, only by 1.52%, but we'll see how that goes. And by the way, I also got a credit for rolling that for $37, which produced an annualized yield of 144%. Okay? Makes sense? Great. All right, last position here, TSLL put. Yes, a put. I sold another put. I know, I'm crazy. At the point, TSLL was at $9.99, and I sold a put at $7. I went 29, basically 30% out of the money, because I figured, is there risk in that? I don't know. For that trouble, I got $10. All right, but again, for fronting $700. During that period of time, $10 annualizes me 74%. So why not do that? Again, yeah, I don't have that much cash. If I did, I'd be selling more puts. But, I'm running low in cash. I'm dipping almost into the margin. So I got to be careful, hence my puts are very, very far out of the money. Again, hopefully all that makes sense. I'm just trying to explain in detail what I'm doing here, what it's looking like for this week. Again, we're still in the month of March. We really only have today. Obviously, you could see my income has gone down from previous months. I'm going to shoot for over 1,000, so I will do some trades today and get that 1,000 for sure. But again, it's a drop from the previous month, and it is what it is. Again, it's easier to make more money when the market is in your favor. The market has been very rough, but again, I'm happy to eke out $1,000. I'm very happy about that, actually. So it's not all a loss. Again, I am still producing distributions from my other shares. So I do, because I do have my mortgage coming out of this account, and my mortgage is about $1,200 something. So obviously 1,000 doesn't pay for it, but my other distributions will cover it, and I'll still have left to reinvest. All right, let's move on. Now I have, I'm going to redo my whole options layout. But right now, this is how it is, and this is how it's been. So I'm showing you how many shares I own of TSLL. I own 900 shares, all right? 900 shares. My cost basis is $17.22. TSLL is at $9.85. So when I said I'm selling calls under my cost basis, yeah. Again, my cost basis is $17.22. Now, look at this. So these are the pending calls. Again, the only one really in danger is the 10. The 12, I guess you could say maybe, and then the 16 definitely is safe. So, but again, these shares are sitting here doing nothing. They're collecting dust. So that's why what I want to do is I want to sell calls and make money on these shares. So today, if the market opens red, what am I going to do? Am I really going to sell calls in TSLL if TSLL goes to 8? I mean, to be honest, I'm not really sure. It depends what the IV is. Like if I can go way out of the money, then I'll consider it because, what are you going to do, man? I'm only using 300 shares out of the 900. So I have 600 shares just collecting dust and I want to earn some premium. So we'll see, man. Put party. Again, I only got that one put, $7. It expires this week. We'll see how that plays out. NVDX, I originally had 400 shares, and one did get assigned at $9, which is an offset at the 9, so I wouldn't worry about that. So now I technically have 300 shares at $9 cost basis, $9.25. And I do have a pending call, $11, that expires this week, which technically, that's I'm okay with that getting assigned, to be honest, but it's probably not going to because look at NVDX, it's at $7.93. I guess, I don't have any puts on them, but doesn't mean I won't sell puts on them. It's this NVDX is not as liquid as NVDL, meaning like the chart, like the options chain is not as busy. There's not as much open interest, but NVDX is so much cheaper, which is why I trade it in case you're wondering. Here's the TNA disaster, man. So I originally had 300 shares with an overall cost basis of $41.33. And then I did get assigned, originally, this was when TNA was up. I got assigned $42, so that one's gone. So I have 200 shares now. Currently have a pending call at $36. What is my cost basis? Again, it's $41.33 right there in blue. So obviously, I do not want this to get assigned. So the odds are it's not going to, looking at the market. But again, if I'm in danger, I'm gonna do a rolling order, right? I'm gonna roll it further out in expiration. Like if TNA goes to $40 this week, which it's not going to, but if it does, I will do my best to roll this position out further in expiration and up in strike price, okay? Until I can meet my cost basis. That would be my plan. Whether or not that's doable, yet to be seen. Yet to be seen. Sounds easy, but it's not easy. It's not easy rolling calls, especially trying to raise your cost basis or raise your strike, I'm sorry. All right, so here's the puts, put party. Again, so see these 411s? I'm not doing anything with these this week. These are just sitting there. They made me money. They're sitting there until that week. Now, this other one that expires 4/4, this is a $40 one. This is by far the worst one. I got to be really careful with this one. Actually, I don't even think I covered this because it's so far. I think it's so far up here, right? Where is it? Oh yeah, there it is. It's 40 up here. Yeah. Oh, I didn't gray these out. But yeah, it's up here. I didn't cover it. But yeah, this one expires April 4th. This is my worst TNA position. So this is in danger of assignment this week for sure. I mean, I hate to roll it on a down day, but I don't want to wait much longer. I mean, again, and if I roll it, am I going to get a credit? I sure hope so. But we'll see, man. It might be only like a $10 credit, but it is what it is, man. This $40 is a disaster. TNA is at what, $29.70, and it's only going down. So yeah, man, you definitely don't want to buy those shares. But if they get assigned, hey, it is what it is. So that this is this is what we're dealt with. This is the market we're dealt with, but we're still making money in the process. All right, Soxel, I got nothing. MSTY, like I said, they're an options play, but not really anymore. Let's be honest. I have 400 shares. My cost base is $27.75. Misty's at 20. I ain't selling calls on this. It ain't worth it. So I'm gonna eventually remove this tab, and Misty is now just a buy and hold. If I ever do buy Misty shares, I'm going to do it through puts. So I will add that obviously to this, but I'm probably not anywhere near selling calls. And I could always just add this back if Misty goes to like $40, will I sell calls? Sure. Why the heck not, right? But for now, it's just, it's not doing much for me. All right, so as far as income for the past 2 weeks, which I haven't been able to cover, I made 202 the week ending 321, and then I made 207 week ending 328. So again, not fantastic money, but it's money, right? So it is what it is. A capital needed. 1 week I only needed 10K. Last week I needed 18K because I played it super safe, as you saw. And I yielded much less, right? I went from yielding 100% to yielding 58%. So again, it is what it is. It's better than doing nothing. If I did nothing, I would have got no income. So what would you rather do? Nothing? I don't know. You guys decide. It's up to you. Now, yeah, when I first started options, I probably would have quit. I probably would have sold everything because I would have freaked out. But now, again, I'm just playing it safe. I'm playing the game, playing the waiting game as I still earn income. And I'm able to do this because, again, I have in my Discord, we have an options trading chat where people are in basically the same boat, and they've been around the block trading options. So good stuff. I'm not even going to cover this tab, hypothetical, just because, it's the market's been a little rough, but, the actual rate of return, this is what I've been making, or at least as of the last month, 58% based on the money. So this month it's probably, it's definitely going to be less, unfortunately. So I can't even use this as a justification of how much I need to retire on options, because in order to retire on options in this type of market, you're going to need more money than you think. That's for sure. But yeah, man. All right, so that's the options update. Again, that was pretty long, longer than I thought, to be honest. And again, I combined it. I don't know. Again, my schedule is just too much now. I can only do one video a day, and I'm not gonna try to pretend that I'm gonna be able to have time to do anything others. And I'm gonna take a cut on YouTube, and I'm probably gonna, maybe lose subscribers or even lose, views. But I just don't have the time, My son's, I have 2 kids, right? My 9-year-old's in school. He's got 2 baseball teams. I coach both of them. That's almost every day after school, and it's every weekend. So, that's a lot of time. I have the 2-year-old who just broke his leg, and, that's been a challenge on its own. The morning videos, they're doable because I can get up at the crack of dawn and I'll have the time to do it. And that's it, man. That's it. That's all I could do. Again, I'm getting through the storm of the market, the storm of life. And then, when time allows, I will definitely do more videos. But for now, please bear with me with the 1 video a day. That it is what it is. So if I have to combine video like this, I'll do it. The dry series, they're probably going to take a back seat because it's a lot more work to prepare that video. The options I have to prepare because this is my account, right? The dry, I don't have to do anything because it's not, it doesn't affect, obviously I invest in those, but it doesn't really do anything. This I have to track. So this I could probably cover every Monday recap. Whether you guys want that or not is another story. I guess you'll have to tell me and let me know because I don't know. The same people, typically it's a different group of people that watch my options trading video versus my YieldMax video. But if I combine it, maybe that's good, maybe it's bad. I don't freaking know. But as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, then I'm sorry because I don't know what else to do. Although, yes, I wasn't really entertaining today. But anyway, if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them down below. If you have a question for the options video, put options question and then put the question, please. Would greatly appreciate it. All right, sound good? Outside of that, I got nothing. But yeah, keyword time. So if you made it this far in the video, which is probably pretty long, what time is it now? Oh wow, 6:09. And you want to prove it, you gotta say the keyword. So today's keyword is, guess what? It's red, 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 red. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, type red as many times as you can, because today is a red day. You know, take advantage of it. Close your laptop. Do whatever the heck you want. It's freaking Monday. Mondays suck. You know, by far worst day. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, it's Monday. It's red. It might as well be red. Freaking Monday. But anyway, like I said, if you want to prove to me and others you made it this far in the video, all you have to do, type in the comments red as many times as you want. The more the merrier. Red, 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 red. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. This was a long one, but it is what it is, man. And have a great day. I'll end it on this. Red, 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 red. Red, 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 red. Red, 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 red.